Peace. Ali, coming back at you on behalf of SAliMyers.com. Alright, in this video, I want to share with you some tips and techniques that you can do in order to discover your spiritual parents, find deities to work with, or find gods and goddesses that you can place on your altar. I put out a lot of information regarding the altar, ancestor altar, and deity altars, and I still get the questions about how to find deities to work with. So I want to make this video as a reference point for anyone who's looking for deities to work with, where I'm going to basically give you a myriad of things that you can do or some things you can buy or whatever. First off, I will start out with a free article on S.Ali Myers called How to Find Your Deities Using Numerology. That article is a condensed version of my book, which is entitled Deity Linkage Manual, How to Find Your Gods and Goddesses Using Numerology, which you can find on Amazon in paperback or Kindle, or on L9shop.com, EL9shop.com. Also, I recommend the book that inspired Deity Linkage Manual is Discover Your Spiritual Parents, How to Build Your Altar by Michael S. DeJohnte, which is a pen name for Master Dr. Mitchell Gibson. This book can be found at Tybro.com, TYBRO.com. But I will preface you, this book is over $100, and this book is about $20. So if you can afford either or, I recommend both of them. But there's also other things that you can do. You do not have to buy anything. You don't have to look up anything. You don't need to know your numerology. You don't need to know anything. But you're going to have to do something if you want to find deities that resonate with you. The first thing that I always recommend people to do is, if you had a deity that popped up, or you had a particular interest in a god or goddess, you want to start there. Say that you just came into consciousness and you started learning about the various deities, and Lord Ganesha was one of the first deities that you learned about. I would recommend putting Ganesha on your altar, start to give him offerings, start to pray or speak with him, and see if that energy resonates with you. A lot of time doing this work, usually the first few that come to you, one way, shape, or form, are connected to your soul. The other thing that you can do is look up your favorite culture. And say that you're big into Egypt or Kemet. You love the pyramids, you love the Sphinx and all that good stuff. Well, look at the pantheon of deities that deal with ancient Kemet or Egypt. Find a deity from looking at it whose name sticks out to you, whose image sticks out to you, and that when you read about them, you kind of see yourself in the story. So if you're interested in a culture, look that culture up, look at the different pantheon of deities, and see which one resonates with you. And using that same tip, it's a good idea to start to read about mythology, read about the stories of the gods. Every god has a story or legend. When you read about it, if you see something inside that deity, or see something with that deity that you feel is inside yourself, more than likely that deity resonates with your energy. So when you're looking up and reading about these different gods, say you're looking up Tahuti or Thoth, and you know he deals with writing, and you be like, man, I always loved English, or I feel like I'm very good at writing, then that deity may resonate with your energy. Another thing that you can do is strictly look at the images of different deities. Every deity have a depiction, and they have a statue for the most part. So when you're looking at, go to Google Images and just put a gods of love or gods that deal with the sky or whatever, and just look at their picture. And if you see some sort of resemblance with you, then read their story and see if that story resonates with you. So if you see physically that a deity looks like you or resembles you, more than likely that deity will resonate with you. Something else you can do is get with someone who is qualified with dealing with deities and dealing with altars. Myself, during a consultation, I can look up your birthday, I can look up your name, and I can see what deities resonate with your birthday and name. When I speak with you, I can see what deities resonates with your energy. So if you know of someone, or if you have a reference, and someone referenced someone, then you may want to contact that person to see if they do consultations, or if they have a service to help you find deities. If you want my services, SAliMyers.com. Click on consultations and you can set that up. pardon me. Something else that you can do, and this is another tip from Deity Linkage Manual, is take your life path number. Say your life path number is a 2. Correspond that number with a planet, and then look at deities that correspond to that planet. So let me give an example. Using that life path number 2. Say your life path is 11, which breaks down to the number 2. The number 2 corresponds with the moon. So you would look up deities that relate to the moon. So put up gods of the moon, or moon goddesses, or something like that. Find a deity's name, image, picture that resonates with you. Read their story and see if you can see yourself in their story. So this has been Ali. A few different ways, free, and things that you can buy in order to discover your spiritual parents or find deities that resonate with you. If you want to find out more information about myself, be sure to go to my website, salimyers.com. And if you're interested in finding your deities and you're interested in a book, Deity Linkage Manual, How to Find Your Deity, Gods and Goddesses, Using Numerology, excellent book, very great value. Another book, Discovering Your Spiritual Parents, How to Build an Altar, on Tybro.com, Tybro.com. These 2 books are by far the best texts, in my opinion, for finding your gods. But also in the video, I wanted to make sure to give some information, just things you can do without buying anything. So until next time, this has been Ali. Peace.